Here's your parts list of the macro pistol. I'm going to start at the muzzle, work our way back. If I don't say a lot about a part, it's because it's probably not a very important part. All right. CAC, micro blast can. It does its job. It keeps the blast going forward, and it keeps the blast off of my Modlite OKW. I am tired of replacing expensive lights because of flash hiders and brakes just toasting the glass. So, blast can solves that. This is never going to run a suppressor. I'm fine with that. It's a great fit. I like it. It's cheap. It's lightweight because it's aluminum. Moving on. The Modlite OKW with the short tube. It's an excellent light, guys. That's a game changer. That is the best on the market right now. If you need to identify targets outdoors at distance, this little light right here can do that very easily at 300 yards. It has a hell of a throw. And indoors, it works great too. Moving back from that, Midwest Industries ultralight handguard. I like it. It's light. On that handguard, some of you asked, yes, this is electrical tape. No, it is not special high-speed operator, whatever. It's just electrical tape, and I use it for like Band-Aids and other stuff. On the other side over here, some of you guys have spotted this rod. This is a carbon fiber bore rod. It is not a squib rod. It would never have any hope of removing a squib. Cool. But if I trip and fall and jam my muzzle into the dirt, that can knock out the dirt clod that's in there. If I have a stuck case, which I have not had in over 60,000 rounds of running just the cheapest Tula and Wolf steel case, I would be able to knock that out with that rod. It's an in-case thing that I've not had to use, but it weighs almost nothing. If you guys are interested in something like that, they will be available on demonstratedconcepts.com very soon. Attached in this rod, you might see there's a little wrench protruding out of there. That is the wrench for the Superlative Arms gas block. This is a big deal part, guys. Every single AR should have adjustable gas, and the best adjustable gas block on the market right now, the easiest to tune and the easiest to run both suppressed and unsuppressed, making fast and fine-tune adjustments, is the Superlative Arms gas block. If you've never shot a tuned gas system in an AR before, you don't know how easy these guns get to shoot. This gun, even though it is almost half the weight of the Daniel Defense M4, has almost half the recoil as the Daniel Defense M4 because of proper gas tuning. Right? If it's this light, it should recoil way more. Part of that's a knock on Daniel Defense gas tuning because those guns are incredibly abusive. Anyway, Superlative Arms gas block, awesome. Get that. That's a mandatory. I have a 10.5 pencil barrel on there made by Faxon. It's a great barrel. It's accurate enough. It lets me hit 6-inch plates at 300 yards all day long. Good enough. Moving back. So attached to the handguard, we have the Frank Proctor sling. I just picked this up. I haven't beat on it too hard, but I'm really impressed so far. Super minimalist. I don't intend to get the padded one because when the gun is this light, I don't feel like I need it. But I like it. I like the attachments too. I like these toggles and not having to add more metal stuff to screw on to the gun. Back from that, upper and lower receiver are Aero Precision. Nothing fancy there. I'm not running any extended controls. I'm not running any ambidextrous controls with the exception of the ambidextrous short throw selectors from Magpul. I like those. Inside, okay, so fire control group. What is this trigger? Some people have asked, what gamer trigger are you running to be able to get those splits? So on this trigger, when I am just performing meh, it's pretty easy for me to maintain 0.13 to 0.15 splits and still get my hits inside of 20 yards. If I have the stars aligned and I ate my Wheaties, I can get 0.11 splits with this trigger. So I think that's pretty awesome. What is this magic trigger? It's a Palmetto State Armory mil-spec trigger, guys. This one happens to be nickel boron coated. I have several Geisley triggers. They're cool. I don't use them anymore. All right, moving on from there. People ask about the grip and the Magwell. All right, grip is Umbrella Corporation. You can also get a B5 Systems grip. They are the exact same product, promise you, like the same mold, just with a different stamp on it. This one was cheaper at the time, so I got that one. Why do I like that grip? It's less canted, and when you're running from a cheek weld, you don't want to have to rotate your wrist so much. It hurts, right? So you want that grip as upright as possible. Umbrella Corporation and B5 Systems both did that very well. I have several of those grips. I like them. The reload assist device, the Magwell, these are made by a buddy of mine, and you can buy them on Etsy now. I'm going to have the link in the description. Yeah, they're rough around the edges. They're 3D printed. They are ultra light. They are non-obstructive, like they're not in my way ever, but they definitely help me seat that mag much faster than a gun that does not have this on there. So if you are about function and you don't care if stuff is rough around the edges, go get one of these. They're freaking awesome. Link in the description. All right. What is in the upper? So this is not a standard carrier. This is not a standard bolt. It's not a standard anything in there. That is a lightweight carrier from, I believe that is from, oh man, I believe it's either from Faxon or from Arrow. Sorry guys. I'll link it. It's a lightweight carrier. People will say lightweight carriers are not reliable. Generally that's true. You get away with that with even better reliability than like the big brand name guns if you run a tuned gas system. Okay, so lightweight carrier, there's a Sharps bolt in there, and there is this is a big one, guys. This is one of these parts you should not skip out on. JP gas ring. It's a single ring. It replaces all 3 rings. Huge reliability increase there. So there's less gas puffing out at you because of that ring, but it's also just a lot smoother because of the micro polishing that they do on it. They seem to last forever. Yeah, JP gas rings plus Superlative Arms gas block equals like the best gas system ever. You can tune that thing so it's just a sweet shooting gun. The lightweight carrier, there's less reciprocating mass, so there's less recoil there, but the primary concern here was lightweight build, so lightweight carrier. That also holds true when we move back to the buffer system here. This is the Strike Industries short buffer system. It's all one kit. So you get a buffer tube, you get their flat wire spring, and you get their buffer. That's a shortened buffer. So your bolt carrier group is actually traveling the same distance back. They've just shortened the buffer in there. Cool. Are shortened buffer systems typically as reliable as like mil-spec systems? No, but again, you put the JP rings plus the Superlative Arms gas block and it is magic. You can make these things run like a top, man. They're just super reliable. The flat wire spring in here, I would say that if you're not going to go with this system, it would say definitely run a flat wire spring, whether that's the Tubbs spring or the Strike Industries flat wire spring. That tech is much better than the GI springs. You will go through 5 or more GI springs in the time that you will go through a flat wire spring. So much so that I've only gone through one flat wire spring. I have 3 of them. I've only had to replace one of them. That's like multiple years of 10,000 rounds a year schedule. So yeah, they last forever. Last thing on here, Optic. Yeah, that's a UTG RMR mount. That's a lower 1/3 mount. It's a very budget option, but I found that their machining for this offering is actually really good. Repeatability on there, like I've taken it off and put it back on. I've actually not had to adjust. It's not supposed to be that, but it does its job very well. Why don't I have something fancier like the ScalarWorks quick disconnect option? Because I'm not running backup irons, and I'll never ever take this thing off. I want it to be on there. The 2-screw mount on there is nice. It's a nice mount. On top of that, I don't have an RMR. I have a Holosun 507K, 507C, and that's version 2 with the battery tray, so you don't have to take the Optic off. I can do a separate video if you want it. Comment if you want that video, but the Holosun 507C, especially the version 2, is vastly superior in every single way to the RMR. It just is. The only drawback is it's made in a terrible country. Okay, that is the highest level run through here. Oh, yeah, everyone always notices. Yeah, that is the most ancient charging handle ever. If you can tell me whose charging handle that is from the ancient past in the comments, first person to get it, I will do nothing for. I'm not going to give you free shit, sorry. But it'll be fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Also, to those of you guys who have been commenting and asking the questions, thanks. That's awesome. All the new followers, it's cool. Thank you for helping me build this channel and build our training group. Also to quite a few of you now who are training with me. Solid work, guys, and thank you. It's excellent to get out on the range with you. Let's keep that going. For those of you just finding me right now, like, subscribe, follow, click the bell button, undo the block thing, and all the other stuff that you need to do to keep watching the stuff that I'm putting out there. There's so much nasty nonsense, just filth flowing into your eyes through social media. Add me to that stream, please. Thanks, guys.